I'm going to have an in-box look at a kit here which probably most people don't even know about, which is the Hobbycraft 148 scale Hurricane Mk.II. This is the Russian front version. These kits haven't been available for many years. I don't believe anybody has reboxed these because some of the Hobbycraft stuff has been reboxed by other companies over the years, but I don't think the Hurricanes in particular have ever been reboxed that I know of. So we'll have a look here. You get the nice artwork there on the front, and on the side we've got a Curtis Mohawk and a P-26 from the Philippine Air Force. They always seem to do nice decal sheets and subjects for their models, even though we'll have a look here and see the decals, and they're not the greatest, but we'll have a look anyways. And our kit features, it says a detailed cockpit, landing gear, and it has engraved panel lines. It's nice they put that on there. Like, we accept right now that pretty much everything's going to have engraved panel lines in it, but at the time when this kit came out, you didn't know. Like, some of the cheaper kits would have raised panel lines, so it's nice that they mentioned on here that you do have engraved lines. And on the side here, our kit number will be HC1534, and it says we get decals for USSR and Finnish aircraft, I guess. On the side, more of their subjects. Their Stuka, I've never seen the Stuka, but I believe the Stuka is a pretty poor kit. And then here's our Desert Hurricane here. They don't actually tell us what mark of Hurricane it is. It's probably a Mk.II-C, I'm not sure. So that's our information on our box. And we'll have a look at our instruction sheet. Very basic instructions. Nothing fancy at all, and you can see how the steps are broken up. It's interesting it says detailed cockpit because I've built this kit a couple times, and the cockpit, as you can see in the photo, is pretty much non-existent really. We go into more build sections here, pretty minimal, and our layout here. And then it's even got, like, you have to like basically do some math and measure and figure out where you're supposed to be putting the fuel tanks on the wings. So our subjects are this Russian aircraft here, which is a really nice looking aircraft, and we have a Finnish aircraft on here, and they give you the breakup of the swastika, I guess, for whatever region you're in, and then you can fully do the swastika or you don't have to do it. So that's our instructions, and we'll have a look at our plastic here. The details are actually fairly nice. You can see the sort of attempt at stressed skin here. So for a Hurricane, it's pretty well done. But on the inside, you get very, very minimal details. But they are there, and I mean, you're really not going to see anything in a 48 scale aircraft. And here's our rudder, so it's not positionable at all. You can see how it's broke up here, which it could be scribed out a little deeper to make it look like it's actually a movable piece. But the detail is there. The panel lines, I would say, on this look pretty good. They might be just a very, very faintly out, but they look all right, and there's some rivet details. And we'll go into the wings, which the wings are kind of suffer on this kit. The details are there, but these are very, very deep, like very wide panel lines. It's something that you could rescribe. If you're a rescriber, you could rescribe it. I don't know if I would even bother. And then you can see the attempt at fabric on the little ailerons here. I'm not sure, I'm not an expert or anything at all on the Hurricane, so I don't know what the difference in the wings are. Like, there's a like a Mark II B and C for the different weapon arrangements, so somebody will know whether this is actually correct for it says a Mark II, so I don't know if this is perfect for Mark II, but none of the where the guns should be, because I'm not sure if this one has the 303s or not, but there's no opening for any guns at all on here. And then on the bottom, just minimal detail, but it's all recessed and it's there. It would take a pretty heavy wash though. Okay, so here, I didn't even notice it says here Mark II-C. So I guess these wings would be correct for a Mark II-C, which I'm not sure if that doesn't really say whether that Russian or Finnish aircraft are Mark II. It just says Mark II, so I have no idea if they're C's or not. Because I do know on the Hurricane, the wings are the important part of it, really. And here's our the rear tail and the cannons. Okay, so I guess the cannons just stick right on the wing, but we have no actual guide or place to put them on the wing, unfortunately. In our exhausts here, which you get 4 exhausts. I'm looking at them, I can't see any difference. Okay, so the tail looks a little bit different on these two. I'm not really sure what the difference is. And then here's our cockpit, which is like nothing. And the seat also, it has the shape, but there's really nothing to it. The instrument panel, not that you're going to see it. The wheels are okay, I guess. There's some detail to them. Our rear wheel, really not much detail in there. And then we have that, it just, good they paid attention to have that. It had that unique stick in the British aircraft. And some more bits and pieces. The landing gear, not much to them. And the prop, I'm assuming it's the correct shape, someone will know. But when they're in the multi-piece like this, you're going to have to put them in and sort them out yourself, like by eye, to make sure they're in the correct position, which I don't like. For a cheap kit like this, they could have put it all on one piece, but anyways, they're there. We'll have a look at our glass. Glass is actually pretty nice. It looks a slight cloudy, and it could just be mine, like there's like a cold shut right across here. But I mean, it looks okay. Once you get the, like if you got a mask for this, or you cut it out yourself, you're really not going to see much in there. It's not a big deal. So the glass is, I would say the glass is acceptable. And here's our decals. These decals are so thin, they usually break apart. If you do get one of these, I would highly recommend putting, like, I think it's Microsol or a product like that over them if you do them, because they usually just dissolve when you put them in the water. So they need to be protected. I would recommend getting like an aftermarket sheet, but they give you some really nice options in here anyways, and it looks like you can make your own. As far as the Finland aircraft, I guess you can make your own. I'm not really sure what this is. It's got the MS-406C1. I'm not sure what that refers to, but anyways, it's on there. And then I guess we have the little, like, it's like the tape part that goes over the machine gun, which is kind of a sort of a weird way of doing it, but I guess that's what they want you to do rather than cut out the individual holes, and they didn't include them on the wings themselves. The others, they look nice, but again, I say these are barely usable, these decals. It looks like it's an alright kit as far as being basically like a curbside kit. Like, you're not going to have any details inside, and you're going to have to do a lot of work and research to make sure it's correct for whatever you're doing, but it does look buildable. It's got recessed lines and should be in the correct places. So this is it's just basically a relatively unknown kit. I wanted to show it here, and as you can see, it was always made as a budget cheap kit. These were generally under $20 even when they came out. So I thought we'd have a look here, and this is the Hobbycraft Hurricane Mark II and 148 scale. So thank you for watching.